Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, then welcome. It's always great to have new people. Right now I'm going to be starting on a collective, so if you're seeing this, just take the message how it resonates. This is not a personal. If you would like to book a personal, I have $25 readings, $35 readings, and $50 readings. If you would like to book a question, I have $7 questions, $15 questions, okay? Oh, and $10 questions, okay? I had to recently update my prices, so I also have mentorships, life coaching sessions, child liberation assistance services, which means I'm mainly focusing on children rather than adults. But I have all age groups. If you guys would like to check out my platforms, check out the link in my bio. You may be watching this on TikTok, YouTube, maybe even Instagram. But yes, to keep up with my content, my website, my platforms, payment options in case you guys want to book your services or send in some tips, okay? But yes, Linktree/Nisha21. So yeah, just you'll have to see it copy and paste because there's a period between the R and the double E's. But let's get into this message. Right now we're going to be focusing on what is it that you guys are being encouraged to reflect on, okay? Very productive, very d'amour, okay? That could be significant. I don't think I ever really said that. So period, that could really be your energy. You could really give d'amour. I most definitely will have to look it up. Do I want to use these cards? Alright. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, depending on where you are, especially if you resonate with my content. Thank you. An energy around me, because an energy of my deck. Thank you for double tapping the screen. I appreciate it. Welcome in. If you're just now joining, this is a collective. This video will be uploaded to my YouTube if you guys may be watching it after I already recorded it. All right, so what is it that the collective is being encouraged to focus on at the moment, or to reflect on? My apologies, because an energy within and around me. What is the collective being encouraged to reflect on at this moment? Confirm more of this energy, or what is the collective being encouraged to? So I feel like you guys are being encouraged to focus on balance within all, or reflect on balance. What does balance mean to you? Are you currently balancing in your life? Do you, whenever you do balance things out in your life, is it consistent? Okay, so because the Two of Coins is coming out here and confirming it, we got the Four of Wands. So overall, I feel like balance within all forms of your life, when it comes to financial, when it comes to security, self, home life, personal life, your foundations of self and your creations overall. Okay, this message can be said in many ways, but that's what I'm being called to say right now. Be mindful that this is a collective, not a personal. If you guys are wanting to book a personal, I do have affordable pricings. I have different prices now, so it's up to you. You can choose out of which one you want to send. All right, if you plan on getting on the list, just let me know, and if you have any questions, just let me know. So yeah, reflect on balance, stability, your community. Like, are you where you want to be right now? Are you tapping in with yourself like you should be? Like, reflecting, introspections, like reflecting on your thoughts, who you are. Are your thoughts even yours? Reflecting on throat chakra. Have you been speaking up? Have you been withholding? Reflect on a union that you were in as well. This was something that you were celebrating. So this could have been a marriage. This could have been family events. Reflect on your past relationships, your current relationship with self. Because a lot of times we move forward in our life, but we haven't really sat with our inner child in certain areas. You know, we haven't really did the reflecting, the healing, because in order to heal, you do have to reflect on what you've been through. So if you're just now coming in, we're diving into what are you guys being encouraged to reflect on. All right. If you've missed certain things, don't worry. Just subscribe to my YouTube. This video will be uploaded there. Welcome into the OGs. I see a few familiar faces. Hi, Rod. Thank you for double tapping. All right. And if you are new here, welcome, welcome. It's always great to have new people. Okay. Reflect on the lovers that are trying to return in your life as well. Reflect on support, community support, connections that you're in right now, like we already talked about, as well as past connections as well. Healing from that, moving forward appropriately, accordingly. Reflect on certain parties, certain celebrations. Like I said, whether it's weddings, baby showers, birthday parties, okay? Whether it was your own or another's, game nights even. It's like really dive deep. I'm getting take really like serious consideration into these things. Don't just half-ass try to reflect, or, you know, it's not really going to work. So yeah, it's just mainly reflecting over the things that you've been through and your current energy now, so you can properly move forward in your life without, you know, reminiscing, feeling like if you made a bad choice or not, realizing what are your thoughts and what are other people's beliefs. Like what is your own knowing versus what has been told to you that you just carry as your own. Because in reality, these are just projections. Sit down. Stop. I'm also getting the energy to redirect yourself when it comes to getting distracted from focusing on these things. Redirect yourself. Know that you have a future that's really waiting for you. Because there is a such thing as missing out on opportunities. I used to say whatever is for you is going to come back around, but there is a such thing as missing out on opportunities. What could have easily been for you, what you could have easily experienced, what you could have been coming into by now if you would have just studied, got your confidence up, you know, put yourself first, love yourself. So it's like we can't skip steps. It starts with self. Eventually you're going to have to, you know, get into your solitude. This is your individual journey. It's not the everybody journey. Everybody got their own life and path that's placed for them. So you got to learn when to let go. You got to come into this new version of yourself that you're coming into. So just really sit with yourself and ask yourself, meditate on it, and you'll get the answers. You know, it don't take readings to help you figure things out, but sometimes it does come in handy. That's why these are all forms of tools and resources placed here for you, but it's not needed, and you're not being called to become handicapped on these things. But it can give you some insight. It can confirm things for you. So if this message is for you, you will know. Which I feel like any and everybody can hear a message like this, you know. Reflect on being in back and forth energy. Reflect on adaptability, prioritizing. Reflect on the status of self. your abundance, your self-sufficiency. Like, it's giving the energy, like, actually see how far you've come and the blessings that are currently in your life. Actually reflect on the things that you've been through, because yes, that was detrimental to the soul. Yes, that was painful situations. So it's like, although we may be in 2024 now, that's why they say time is an illusion. Because although we cannot go back to the past, if anything, it's like a distant memory. But they say there's no such thing as tomorrow or yesterday. But I don't project on anyone, so I say just trust in your own knowing. Sit with yourself on whatever you feel. Sometimes we get called to just look stuff up anyway. Learn the difference between your intuition and ego. Your intuition, yeah. What else is the collective being encouraged to reflect on at this moment? Love. Reflect on love, because what does love mean to you now after being heartbroken? And apply this message how it fits. I'm just the messenger. Okay. Reflect on overflowing love, like love that you may not have even felt, but that you've always may have given out for most of you guys. Reflect on your emotions. Reflect on new love. Reflect on your happiness when it comes to being in love. Reflect on the things that you've been through within love, so you can be able to properly move forward into this state of feeling like that it can actually exist in your life and that it can actually be successful. Heal from the trials and tribulations that you've experienced while you were in love. Like we talked about this in the beginning with the Four of Wands. Four of Wands can tie to anything, though. It don't have to just be romantically. Same thing with the Ace of Cups. It's just love overall, and that can be platonic connections, romantic connections. Love is love. You know, there's just different forms of loving people, different ways of loving. Well, with the Nine of Swords again. Reflect on the choices that you make or that you've made that put you in your head a lot, that gave you anxiety or mental anguish. The things that may still traumatize you today. Reflect on those nightmares you be having, the worry, the dark thoughts that may come past your mind from time to time. Reflect on the time when you lost hope, the time when you stopped believing in love, that it could even exist for you. Reflect on where your Gemini is in your chart, maybe your Mercury or Gemini placements. Focus on your Aries placements, Scorpio placements, if you have any. So this is your confirmation to get into astrology, numerology, you know. Thank you for the follow, huh? Yeah, you're on a new beginning. You're on a new beginning. You've learned the things that you've learned. And I feel like this is the next chapter of discovery, lessons. Because, you know, there's no finish line to growth. There's always something to learn. Find the light within. So if you've been looking for a time frame, I'm seeing like a year or more. It's time to tie up some loose ends. It's time to validate your feelings. It's time to hibernate. It's time to find the light within. Okay. Any more messages for the collective? I'm getting called to pull some oracles. Been getting called. I'm gonna pull some of these too. Reflect on how much time, energy, tears, blood, you know what I'm saying, energy that you've been putting into your life this far. I'm seeing 7 years of investment. Reflect on how patient you've been. Reflect on the investments that you have made. Yes, sometimes it puts you into the energy of discouragement, doubtfulness, or whatever the case may be. But it taught you certain things. It helped you become aware that certain things existed as well. Even within self, how you could sometimes fall victim into, you know, a dark space or a dark mental, or experiencing things that you feel like you never would have experienced, you know. Just apply the messages how it fits. Reflect long-term wise. Like, don't just reflect on something that happened yesterday, the day before. Reflect on things that happened to you like over 7 years ago, between now and 7 years ago. And for others of you, it can even be a little bit more further than that, because I know all of us are in different age groups. Some of you guys are maybe in your teens, young adult ages, middle-aged, elderly. You know, just apply the messages how it fits. But yeah, good things take time. I feel like y'all have been through a lot of things in your life, and this is you coming through this, depending on who you are, this new life for yourself, this new journey for yourself. Okay, reflect on the things that did come into fruition for you. When you focus on the things that did happen for you, like, that negative energy can like disperse. But you really have to be serious when you're reflecting. You can't just dry reflect and expect results. You have to really put the time and energy into it, and you have to be patient with the progress. Sometimes we don't see the results. That don't mean it's not working. Thank you for the follow and the likes. And thank you for the gratitude, honey. You're so welcome. If you're just now coming in, we are focusing on what it is that you guys are being encouraged to reflect on. Don't worry, this video will be uploaded to my YouTube, so make sure you do give me a subscribe on there if you resonate with my content. Okay, what is the collective being encouraged to focus on? If you guys would like to book a personal, I do have $25 readings, $35 readings, and $50 readings. If you have any questions that you need clarification on, answers to, I have $7 questions, $10 questions, and $15 questions. All of these readings are in depth. I don't have mini reads, regular reads. All of them are in depth. It just goes based off what you guys can afford, okay? But thank you for tuning in. All right, thank you for contributing to the live. I appreciate it. What is the collective being encouraged to reflect on at the moment? Your spiritual awakening. Some of you guys have experienced a spiritual awakening, and this is, you gotta flourish. You know, you gotta leave the past version of yourself behind, the things that no longer serve you, the people that no longer serve you, the places that no longer serve you, the crowds, the whoever. Okay, the energy itself. It's time to reflect on this spiritual awakening. All right, sit with your shadows. It's the way to enlightenment. Sit with your shadows. Okay, this is a card of intuition and spirituality. So reflect on your intuition, reflect on your spirituality. Okay, do some energy work, which is basically like chakra work or chakra healing. Okay, what is the collective being encouraged to reflect on at this moment? These were the perfect oracles to choose for this question. Reflect on the battle within. Reflect on the battle within. I'm telling you guys, remember we talked about facing those shadows, the spiritual warfare or the imposter syndrome or the whatever it is that whatever you guys call these things that you go through when you're battling depression, psychological stress, whatever it may be. The greatest war you wage is against yourself. The greatest war you wage, W-A-G-E, is against yourself. This is a card of inner conflict and resolution. Okay, so focus, reflect on inner conflict, reflect on resolution. What else is the collective being encouraged to reflect on? Reflect on those sacred boundaries. I'm telling you, this is really all about getting to really know who you are. Coming into the truest version of yourself, to the point of you're respecting your values. You're respecting yourself overall. Okay, instantly. So reflect over your sacred boundaries. A lot of times we retire from people pleasing, and these old versions of ourselves cling to us because we still live amongst individuals who have matrix mindsets and lifestyles. You know, energy is very contagious. All of these things are energy, karmic energy, devil energy. All of these are energies that can attach to anyone. Okay, but when you're healed and you're aligned and you're constantly ascending, this energy can't touch you. But it's sometimes we can keep ourselves in our self node. Okay, we most definitely can. It's time to turn those weaknesses into strengths. All right, this card is about assertiveness and self-care. So you guys could be encouraged to expand, deepen, or you may already be in this energy of assertiveness, self-care, intuition, spirituality, inner conflict and resolution. Or like I said, you're being encouraged to reflect on these things like your spiritual awakening, the battle within, your sacred boundaries. Okay, learn the difference between people pleasing and having boundaries, because sometimes we can allow people to take our niceness for granted. People who already showed us we have to. It's not necessarily loving anybody less or restricting yourself from receiving or giving out love, but it's just knowing your worth. You know, it's not overexerting yourself and being this perfectionist and trying to get people to see that you're such this good person that you will even sacrifice your own needs mentally, emotionally, whatever, which a lot of people associate as people pleasing. I feel like you've learned this. I feel like you've picked this up as some habit. I don't feel like this was naturally who you were. So I feel like it's basically just all of this is happening so you can actually see who you are and see energies that are not of you, things that you were taught. Come into this truest version of yourself on what you truly believe in, because some people could be spiritual right now and they may not even be spiritual 10 years later, you know? So it's just all about the experience. Whatever you're meant to come into, you're going to come into. Whatever that's not happening right now, maybe there's some type of lesson, or maybe this is just you needing to be patient, you know, which is basically you needing to learn a lesson before something occurs. Because if you're being in the energy of patience, either you're strengthening this, you're learning some type of lesson within this or something. But yes, reflect on sacred boundaries. Get into setting boundaries, sacred boundaries. Okay, if you have to look up the definition of sacred, because sometimes we maneuver through the world. We could be primordial beings. We don't even have to look up things. We have our own definitions. And it's like sometimes a lot of you guys should really look up these words, even the most basic words, because you'll realize it'll do like a lot of justice. Okay, you just have to get to know yourself, learn yourself. That's why I say astrology can really help, because astrology is the main thing that can, and this is not to project on you. So if you don't believe in astrology, okay. But if for the ones that do or that's curious about it, I would say check out your birth chart, your natal chart, for sure. It helped me tremendously on my journey. Okay, even looking up the angel numbers. And as you dive deeper into it, you may not become handicapped on these things. You may start trusting in your own knowing of what it may mean, you know? I keep seeing this root work energy. I don't know what that's about, but maybe some of you guys can educate yourselves on the things that you hear about that you don't really know about, because maybe that was a sign to call you to get into it, or, you know, especially if you feel the energy to do so. What else is the collective being encouraged to reflect on at this moment? So this is a card about, once again, respecting and honoring your limits set you free. Okay, well, that's what they gave the meaning to this sacred boundaries energy. This is a card of, once again, self-assertiveness, assertiveness and self-care. But this card says respecting and honoring your limits set you free. Respecting and honoring your limits set you free. Yeah, I feel like this most definitely will bring a lot of balance in your life, and it will bring a lot of security within yourself, within your foundations, with other people, for sure. Even within your thoughts and mental or emotions. The way that you love, the way that you receive love, who you allow around you. And I feel like you'll start honoring the things that you've experienced that was horrid to you, very to the soul, detrimental to you, and that was also a blessing at the same time. This can also keep you from going back and forth with yourself, like this battle within, not like being indecisive, or whatever the case may be. Thank you for the follows, I appreciate it. Angel number 77 could be significant, so either you can think of what the number 7 means to you, and that could be what it means to you, or you can look up angel number 77 and just use your discernment, because there's a lot of false information going on, or like going around. Okay, but hey, at least we now know. At least we now know that people create lies and commit all type of all type of stuff. All right. So yeah, if you would like to get your own personal, go more in depth on this, or into something else regarding career, finance, love, individual, like self, whatever it may be, self-care, anything, past life, then just let me know. Okay, I do have different prices, different price ranges for you guys if you can't afford a particular price. So I have 3 different prices for questions and readings, and I also have life coaching sessions, mentorships, child services, which is basically services for children. Okay, but yeah, if you guys want to check out my website, my reviews, just make sure you head to my Linktree. If you guys would like to book a reading or send in any tips, then my payment options are also attached to that link. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. I didn't want this to be a long live, but if you're wanting to book a reading with me, we're going to do it as a personal, okay? Unless you want it to be on live. But yeah, I'm just going to pull some of these evolution growth cards. It's about like repairing evolution growth. We're going to see the things that you guys are being encouraged to work on, or that you've already been working on. Okay, so congratulations. Okay, just be positive in your life. Whatever you think about, like, face those thoughts so you don't have to keep on stumbling upon these things. Like, hone in on who you truly are so you won't be indecisive within the decisions that you've already made, that you're currently trying to make. The future will go much more smooth when you focus on everything today, okay? So prioritize. This is a time of prioritizing. This is a time of adaptability, financial adept, quick decisions, okay? A balancing act. Even juggling things, like indulging in one thing at a time and then taking a little break from that, hopping into the other situation, indulging in that, when it comes to healing, when it comes to hobbies, when it comes to financial endeavors, like whatever it may be, okay? Like, for instance, if you're going to do your business, solely do your business. And if you're going to do 9 to 5, make sure you're doing your 9 to 5. But, it's like balance. You don't want to, like, it's like you can juggle between the two. It's not necessarily like doing them at the same time, but like a juggle. And that was just an example, All right, can I please have some messages for the collective? Thank you. We got family dynamic, okay? And this card talks about reconcile or reconciliation. All right, it says your family is requiring time to heal issues that have created a wedge or unrest. We all need support as we move forward, and having an open, loving family unit is essential, okay? For you guys, this family dynamic. All right. We also have betrayal and revealed. So something could have also been revealed to you, some type of betrayal that your family could have done to you. Maybe you've been betrayed by family, which we've talked about earlier with this 4 of Wands energy, how you guys are needing to reflect on certain relationships with self, relationships that you have with others, the community, support that you may or may not have, like the community itself, whether it's in your personal life or worldwide. Like, it can even be home life, like it really, yeah. So just apply it to how it fits. Now with this betrayal revealed energy, we have the situation will reveal to you the intention behind it, whether it's you betraying yourself in some way or another person or situation. You are being asked to unmask the truth by removing any blinders that hinder the clarity that is needed, which is possibly why we were talking about this intuition energy as well. It's important to do some reflecting on that intuition, okay? Especially because sometimes we get into this energy of being back and forth with certain decisions, trying to see if we made the right decision, trying to see if people are meant to be in our life, especially when it comes to family, and we just get in this energy of being confused. So I feel like you're going to find out the information that you need from today through, because this message can even resonate as a timeless reading, meaning it can resonate in the future as well. So time frame really depends on you, but the timeline could be from now to over a year later. But I feel like it most definitely could be within the next now through 4 to 6 months instead of way far out into a year, because this seems very current. But everybody is different, you know, so that's why I'm saying it just generally and collective wise instead of personal wise. So yeah, it's pretty much what I'm saying. Anything else for the collective? Any more messages? All right, we got decision and fear, control. All right, it says some decisions and choices that you have made are based on fear and not heart-centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting control. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. Then you're able to see the truth of the best choice with a calm and centered manner. Okay? Make a choice based off consciousness as well, is what I'm also picking up from this energy, rather than a choice of haste of others or haste towards self. And a lot of you guys may interpret that in your own perception. So a little bit more of what I mean by that is make a conscious choice. Don't just make a choice based off of you know, emotion. Like, balance it out. Make a choice based on how you truly feel instead of what you fear will happen. Or, you know, it's almost like similar to that reading that I did, like to hone in on your niceness and actually be more real with yourself and others. Because a lot of times we can be really, really nice and we don't say what we mean what we say, beating around the bush. And this, for some of you guys, this message can mean totally different, but I'm just picking up to go more in depth about what I'm picking up from it. So yeah, some decisions and choices that you have made are based on fear and not heart-centered knowledge. I love how it said heart-centered and knowledge, because knowledge is the mental and heart-centered is the emotions or heart space. So it's funny how I have mentioned a balanced energy. So I'm right on the money with it for sure. You know your girl a high priestess. I just be wanting to make it make sense for everyone else, which it probably did. But moving on, honey. Any more messages for the collective? Any more messages for the collective? Any more messages for the collective? Okay, we have better boundaries and communication. And then we have old conditioning release on the back of the deck. So I'm going to read that last. Now, it says creating boundaries requires self-love and discipline. It's not about you shutting people out or being unkind. It is about you telling them you care enough about yourself to create boundaries that are for your highest good. Clear communication is needed to keep boundaries intact. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Speak exactly how you feel, because you can be in this energy of not wanting somebody to react badly or not wanting to hurt anybody's feelings, and you're still not validating your own. So it's like, at the end of the day, have better boundaries when it comes to your communication, when it comes to your personal space, energetically, or whatever the case may be. Set better boundaries for you and your life overall, because this is even going to happen towards your own family that you're going to be creating and raising of your own. Okay, which brings us to the old conditioning and release. So it's time to release old conditioning and step into a new way of being. The old story and past cycles of blame, shame, and guilt need to move out. Take inventory of what no longer resonates and what isn't your burden to carry. Unload what has been weighing you down. Like, a serious reflection needs to happen. And know that it's not personal. Stop taking things, like when it comes to people doing things to you, don't take it personal. And when it comes to you doing things towards others, don't like feel guilty about it, because it's really not personal. It's just really for your well-being. You've sacrificed yourself so much on your journey that you're literally getting called to like not do that, because this is not only being detrimental to these relationships you're building, but also to self. Okay, which is why they say in reality, don't put the blame on anyone, but just, you know, focus really on self and self-love, mastering this. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing for you guys. I looked over here, so I guess I'll pull, like, I'm getting the number 3. Pull 3 of these for you. Knocking out the old energy of this deck that does not serve me or the collective. All right, we got surrender here. Okay, can I get 3 cards for the collective? Can I get 3 cards for the collective? This is a heart-shaped deck. It's really cute. I'm getting the energy of childhood books as well, like reflecting on your childhood, the things that made you happy, the things that made you sad, okay? And maybe even feeding your inner child by going back to the things that you used to love to do as a child, the books you used to love to read or get read to you, or the things that you used to do. You had the little bakery oven as a kid at your school, or the recess activities that you guys had, the colorful rainbow blanket. Like, everybody's different, you know, we all grew up differently, different environments, different cultures. So whatever, you know, that means for you. Can I get messages for the collective? Anything that they need to hear right now? Thank you, Christy, for double tapping. Okay, anything else? So I most definitely got 3 cards, exactly like I asked. It says emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So this can go both ways. This can go in the energy of carrying resentment and needing to set better boundaries. So I love that. And be mindful, this video will be uploaded to YouTube in case you missed it, because we're already at the end of this. And after this, I'm only going to be accepting personals. This will be the ending of this collective. All right, we got look inside yourself. Okay, this picture could be very significant for some of you guys. The indigenous bloodline could be significant as well. She doesn't have on a bra, so we're going to cover that up. You guys really being vulnerable, getting into a body of water could even be significant, whether it's a shower, a spiritual bath, a pool of water, the ocean, like looking at your reflection through the water, through the mirror, connecting with water, connecting with all the elements, okay? But we have look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. However you are feeling right now, especially if it's in a negative manner. For most of you guys, maybe you can look at it as, you know, positive, because we did talk about reflecting on the good things as well. But I do feel like this is coming from a place of trauma, unhealed hurt. But just take the message how it resonates for you. So look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. All right. Last but not least, I feel like the archangels are with you guys. I instantly felt like this was like Archangel Michael. It may not be, but I instantly got, you guys could be working with Archangel Michael, or Archangel Michael is protecting you, guiding you. All right, amongst other archangels, of course, there's not just one archangel that works with you guys. I believe we have a whole team of guardian angels, you know. It says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And didn't I told you I was feeling that this collective was based around this type of energy, like putting yourself first, like no longer sacrificing yourself because, oh, they're my family, or, oh, these were people that I once loved, you know, because we do that a lot, especially with this ethereal soul that we have. And you got to learn to put yourself first, because you will grow to either hate people, to literally gain resentment because of the unfair things that you are only doing to yourself. Okay. But that is pretty much what I'm seeing for you guys. I do return your energy back to you, and I release my energy back to me. Although no energy exchange was necessary, your energy is always protected from my energy, and my energy is always protected from yours. I guess I will pull you guys some of these spirit messages whenever I'm getting called to pull something. I make sure that I do. So before we head out and continue the rest of our journey, I am going to pull you some messages from your spirit team. They do have messages to say to you, so make sure you're meditating, praying. Okay, some of you guys are being encouraged to create you an altar. If you need to get more meaning on what an altar is, then I would say to just ask yourself during meditation. Sit with yourself 20 minutes. I'm sure you may get your answer either within that time frame or within that day or within the next day. It all really depends on you and how connected you are to your clairs. But knocking out the old energy of this deck that does not serve me, the collective, or our highest good. Okay, I'm calling our spiritual team to bring forth messages that they want us to hear, know, see, and feel. Can I get at least 3 cards, please? Thank you. What are some messages that our spiritual team want us to hear? What are the messages that our spiritual team want us to hear? Thank you. Make sure you guys are also showing gratitude to your spiritual team, okay? They're 24/7, like always there with you, guiding you, etc. Of course, you have your privacy, your space, but whenever you call on them, they're instantly going to be there. Literally. When you say spiritual team, they listening, okay? And I feel like they always get this energy of knowing when something is wrong, so you won't have to ever worry about worrying if they're missing out on something that's going wrong in your life. Because a lot of times we, in the energy of fear or whatever the case may be, we cling to that belief or that faith, you know, which you should always have like this I'm gonna just keep it there, okay? Never allow yourself to be taken for granted. It is better to remove yourself from the situation than to be treated less than you deserve. You are precious. You are worthy. Okay? So spirit light, baby, I don't care who it is, what it is, who they was to you, if you got kids together. Look. Okay? So make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. You need to know your worth, even when others don't. You are not what people think of you. All right? Drink more water is also what I'm getting, especially if you barely have water in your chart. All right. Now find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Don't be relying on other people to give you love and the compassion and everything. Because as you see, not everybody comes in the ethereal energy that you have to the point to where they can even reciprocate that. Some of these people never felt love as a child, even to give you this as well. So you just have to start thinking, you know, being like, I'm getting the energy of like using your wisdom. Okay, so find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within. Find your triggers and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. I love this. I'm going to read this again. Find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within. Find your triggers and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. Okay, remember we talked about one at a time, one by one, especially with that Two of Pentacles energy. So, and don't just look at it for like 3 minutes, like 5 minutes, like really sit there and do some serious reflecting. Okay, one by one. Okay, everything needs its own individual, like how a book has chapter 1, chapter 2. Everything needs its own little time and section. And I'm telling you, when it comes to really healing and reflecting, you know, that's really doing the work. Like it's thorough. So it's going to be more effective. And I'm getting the energy longevity, you know, like my readings. Okay, but trust yourself more. Know that you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they are meant to, all in divine timing. Remember, we talked about that. Get excited about the future again instead of fearing it. You may be fearing, oh, what's going to happen next? You know, you've been through a lot of things in the past, so you may have a distrust wound that you need to do some introspecting on. Okay, so once again, trust yourself more. Know that you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will present themselves to you when they are meant to, all in divine timing. Get excited about the future again instead of fearing it. Okay, that's the message that I have for you guys. I'm also getting the energy to listen to some soft, lo-fi, chill music, or music that actually speaks to the soul, you know, very spiritual music. You know, it may tie to frequency healing and everything like that. But that's pretty much what I'm seeing for you guys. I do hope this helps, which of course, you know, if you come in my lives, is I don't play around. Okay, bonafide oracle. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll return you guys as your energy back to you, and I'll release my energy back to me. There's always messages to give you guys, because I just want to keep pulling cards for you all. But this is confirmation to, like I said, don't overindulge. Okay, do something about this perfectionism energy or perfectionist energy that you guys have, for some of you guys. But yeah, that concludes our reading for the day. If you guys would like to get a personal, I have $25 readings, $50 readings, and $35 readings. And if you guys would like to get a question, just let me know. I also have 3 different sets of prices for the questions as well. Other than that, I do wish you guys the best on your journey. I send you nothing but the best love, light, and all things grand. All right, thank you for your support and your trust, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your lifetime. Ciao. You always put my friend, I need you. Aw. Trust me, maybe you came in here to say that so I can tell you, do not become handicapped on things. I'm going to repost this video, so I want you to go on my YouTube whenever I post this and watch the video, because I did say some very meaningful things before you came in that I feel like you could really resonate with. I haven't seen you in here in a minute, but it's always good to see you. Okay, I do hope you're doing great. But I'm glad that I could give you a message that really helps. That's always what I'm aiming for, you know, to help. So thank you. It's resonating. Thank you for the feedback. You're so welcome, honey. You're so welcome. Okay. But yeah, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I conclude the rest of this message. I hope you enjoy the rest of your lifetime. I will see you in the next video. And don't forget, you guys, I do have mentorship programs, counseling, really a lot of things, anything. I'm a multifaceted advisor, holistic consultant, and many more things. So, like I said, feel free to always contact me, okay? Like, you can contact me whenever you need to talk about anything, but if you want to book services, then just let me know as well. But I'm going to be ending this collective now, so if you guys want to chat with me, just make sure you message me through TikTok, Instagram, email, my number, or any way that you know how. Ashe. Take care of yourself.